July 28th, 2025. I slept reasonably well. I think it was about 6.5 hours, if I recall. Not terrible, but could have. More is nice. Preferred. I got back to my graphics work. I mostly focused on that through most of the afternoon. While I was working on that stuff, I was watching a podcast on the side, and it talked about the importance of vitamin D, how it can potentially stave off dementia in a sense, at least lower your risk of gaining dementia in later years. And talked about how vitamin D is either essentially obtained through exposure to the sun, as it is something that is generated in the skin upon reception of sunlight, or you need to be supplementing it in some other way if you never go outside. And as is my kind of typical mode of being especially when I'm working a lot, and as I do call it the cave, when I am working, I'm essentially not going outside at all. I'm just plugging away on the computer. Well, for days that I'm not having film shoots anyway, and lately I've been working on the graphics setups for the live stream stuff. So yeah, that promptly inspired me to actually go out and take a walk. And my goal at the moment is to just continue doing that, see if I can do it daily. Just get outside. Doesn't have to be a long walk, but get outside and do some walking at some point. And I guess it sort of goes back to last year's step challenge that the family was doing and that I participated in for a while. I only did it for about a month, but I was able to meet my goals, although I don't remember the step counts being super high. I don't even remember what they were, but that doesn't matter. Now I need to get some sunlight. I don't want dementia to kick in the later years, as they did with my dad. So I know I could be susceptible to that. So I took a walk. I just randomly picked a gas station in the nearby area. I think the total round trip was around 3 miles. Took about an hour. Did we only walk 3 miles an hour? I guess so. And yeah, I look forward to doing it again tomorrow. I did it in the middle of the day. I mean, it was like 4:30 when I went out. It was 97 degrees. It was hot and sweaty. I am not used to that, so that'll be good. Build up some of that endurance, some of that resilience, some of that toughness, I guess, to dealing with hot weather. And then yeah, it's good. It's well needed, and it's just good for the health. Burn some calories. Be good in that sense. I noticed as I was walking, exercise thoughts, I guess at least walking thoughts, are very similar to shower thoughts. I think I had a lot of positive introspection. So there's that additional benefit, which I really do enjoy. So I wrote down many of the thoughts that I felt were most important as I was walking. That realization being one of them. And I don't think I need to go through the whole list. Not that there's a lot, about 4 distinct ones that I posted down, but one of them that I think is not super deep, but let me get to that actually after. Okay, so after I got home, I passed out. I took a nap, almost unintentionally. I just remembered like trying to cool off after being all sweaty, and then I laid down and I just passed out. And when I woke up, I was invited to dinner with Lisa and her family. So I joined them for some food. And then they wanted to do family night dessert out at the ice cream shop. So I definitely could not pass that up. Brooker's ice cream is incredible. High praise for a high quality product. I will never turn that down, essentially. Probably killed all my calories burned from my walk, but I'll catch up on that. And then I just continued the rest of the night. I've been working on my graphics, making pretty good progress. Still a long ways to go, I think, from having it fully complete. I'm just really refining, but also adding features and just a lot of logic challenges there, which is fun. I enjoy the exercise of my brain in that sense. And just polishing and creating a really solid product for what will make my tournament experience, stream experience as I do them in the future, that much better. So that basically completes the day. The deep thought, I think I'll kind of wax on a little bit. I'll just read it directly. Part of why we start thinking more positively when we exercise is because of our bodies are expecting the need to continue exercising and releases happy chemicals into the system to help it meet that expectation. Some of that, I think, is kind of conventional knowledge nowadays, I guess. But it's worth, I guess, kind of reiterating or emphasizing a little bit here in case you haven't heard this before. But apparently, kind of the way the body works is that in general, it's playing an expectation game. And kind of, for instance, when you exercise, you tear things down, the body comes back stronger because it expects that you're going to do that again and tries to equip you for that future experience. That's a really basic thing, but it extends in so many directions as far as like emotional things, hunger, the experiences that for dopamine thing, you have a dopamine release. Generally, it's because of the expectation of something good about to happen. It's not as it happens, but just prior to that thing happening. Like the excitement for maybe a thing you're going to do, that's when the dopamine chemicals release. So in general, the body does what it does as an expectation of what will come, and thusly tries to equip you for that event. And I think that's part of why, as we exercise, we are almost given positive energy in a sense. It's the chemical release in our body that just it needs us to finish what we're doing, and it gives us that positive motivation. A lot of different things it could be attributed to, endorphins. I can't name the other chemical cascade in the body, but now I'm not remember. I just mentioned it. Yeah, the chemical I just talked about. Some of that comes from exercise as well. Dopamine. So I think the oft overlooked thing, and maybe this is more male leaning than female leaning, but I believe it would end up affecting both genders, in the sense that if you really want to make a positive change in life, start by exercising. And while you're exercising, the optimism that you gain for said activity, for whatever that exercise might be, helps you plan for future positive motion in your life, whatever that may be. For sure, using your body and getting out and doing something, even as simple as walking, is going to motivate and inspire you to do better things in the future. I think all of that relates to one of my other thoughts, very specific, while I was walking. Everything you do is a step you take, either forwards or backwards. So, by exercising, obviously that's taking steps forward. It improves your health. By choosing not to exercise, you are taking a step backwards toward dishealth or poor health. And in a sense, that really means life is always in motion. Even if you might be static, even if you might be not doing anything, life itself is always in motion. Your body is always in motion. I mean, that's how you live. It's pumping blood through your veins. You know, you eat food, you're digesting. Things are always in motion. So you have to choose to make steps in a positive direction in order to more easily make more steps in a positive direction in the future. I don't know, now maybe I'm kind of jumbling things up, but that'll make sense to me. What is the call to action? I guess the call to action is just that. Just take a step, any step, in a positive direction, because by doing that, you are not taking a step in a negative direction. And if you choose not to take any step in any direction, that is the negative direction. There is no going sideways. It's only forward or backwards. That's my opinion. So take that small step, whatever, decide what that small step is, and take it. Try it again, over and over, you know. See what it does for you. Even a tiny step, it actually really, I think, has to be a tiny step, because it has to be something you know you can competently do repeatedly. That's my call to action. So, yeah, we'll see if I actually, I don't see why I would have any trouble getting my walk in tomorrow, but that's the plan. That'll be my next positive step again. Well, I'm along with all my work that I'm doing. All right. Waxing long, over 13 minutes, almost 14 minutes today. Hopefully it was useful. All right. Thanks, y'all. Take it easy until next time.